I'm Federico,
Hi, I'm Jason.
and today we're going to simulate a bit a situation where I'm a client of Jason, and I actually had some issue in losing focus while I'm doing my work. So we've been discussing a bit how to improve on this, and now we're about to plan an activity for the next session.
Nice. So we're going to assume that we've just had a session between coach and client. And now I'm thinking, how do we follow up with a between session activity with this hypothetical problem that Federico has, because he's super focused in real life, right? So what we're going to do is show you the EmotiPal platform and how easy it is to create a between session practice task or homework task, whatever terminology you prefer to use. We can do this in three ways. Today, we're going to show you the first way, where we create an activity from scratch using our activity builder. And here you'll see the builder itself, and we work in blocks. There's two types of blocks. One is kind of a text or a media-based block, and one is a task block. And we'll just show you how that works. So we have an activity. This is keeping on task, homework activity. Right. So what we can do, use the text or media block. Very good for giving the client an introduction. Right, so let's do an introduction here. I've already typed up some text just to save us time, pasting it in here. And there's a little intro to the activity, the rationale, why we're doing it. And basically, we're looking at a refocusing exercise here for Federico to practice between now and when we see each other next. So we have the intro here, and collapse it again, and we can add in a task block where we have the activity completion itself. Right, so here we're going to use a simple activity where we first look for Federico to catch the drifting off, and imagine we talked about some techniques to do that during the session. And then we have a step two, where we look to choose an alternative or adaptive helpful response to the drifting off once it's been noticed. And step three would be the recording the experience of using this alternative or adaptive positive response. So record, here we go, and we're showing up my terrible typing skills on the fly, which is great watching for people. Now we can give people the option to have a free text response in terms of collecting information about their experiences, or a diagram we can produce. In this case, we're going to use a table, and we're going to need 5 columns for this table to get Federico to record his experiences with this activity. We've got date, time to record when he practiced, the situation, so what was happening when he noticed himself drifting off. We've got what pulled you off task, thoughts, emotions, physical distractions in the environments, etc. And then we've got this adaptive or alternative response. Federico records it there. And then we've got what happened next. What was the outcome of using this alternative response? So here what we can do is add in lots of rows into the table, and Federico can record an example in each of these rows around his experiences. So we can collapse that. We've got the basic activity set up, and we can see how it's going to look for Federico on his chosen device, in this case a mobile device. We've got the introduction block there. Then we've got the task block itself. Catch it, choose an alternative response, record, and the table that we set up where Federico can go into the table, record his responses. So in just a few minutes, we set up the activity. Federico's all ready to go. How does that look to you, Federico?
It looks great, and I love the fact that I can actually use my phone to complete it, because I usually do some commuting, and this is going to be very helpful. My phone, it's just like a click away, and I'll be able to use it very soon. So yeah, thank you very much, Jason.
Great. We'll see how you go with this hypothetical task. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Ciao, ciao.